So, welcome this morning. Just sitting down and tuning into yourself, maybe closing your eyes or softening them, and noticing how you're feeling. So just notice your breath. And as you inhale, notice your belly fill. And as you exhale, notice it empty. And as you inhale, notice your belly fill and your ribs expand. And as you exhale, notice it all soften. And as you inhale, visualize that air filling the belly, the lower ribs, the upper ribs, right up as though it was filling your head. And as you exhale, see it drift away, bringing in nourishment and energy and care, and removing any level of tension. Okay, well, just take a bit of an easy twist here. So if we inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, take left hand to right knee and right hand behind. Inhale back up. And exhale the opposite way. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind. And just do that and once more on each side, just at your speed. Part of having compassion for ourselves is not keeping up with a class or rushing ahead in a class. It's about finding where it's right for us. And when you're ready, just come back to center. But there is no rush. And pause and notice. And we'll take some side stretches. So left hand down to the mat. Inhale, right arm up and over. And exhale, come back. Change side. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, come back. And again, a couple more of those. Just how it feels nice for you to feel that flowing movement, the speed that's right. Maybe one more each side. And then come to rest. Let's take some circles at the pelvis. And as you come forward, lift the chest forward. And as you go back, arch round. Just waking up some of the fascia. It feels a bit creaky sometimes. And change direction. It's like having a pair of Dr. Martin boots that are a bit too stiff and they need wearing in. And come to rest. And just take the soles of the feet together. And we'll have cobbler pose, butterfly. And inhale and lift through the chest and hinge forwards, just to as far as is right for you, but feel that stretch in the inner thigh. And just drop your head a little. And maybe in that position, just rock a little bit forwards and backwards. Again, just playing with the sensations, not forcing, not hurting, just noticing, maybe even rock side to side. And notice where there's more tension or less. And come back up. And we shall meet in tabletop 4-point kneeling pose. So we'll have a little go at wagging our tails to start with. So a little shake side to side and let that move and snake through the body. Moving a little bit intuitively again. Feeling the stretches and then come to rest. Inhale forward slightly. Exhale round through the spine like the cat pose, but go all the way back to child's pose. Inhale, come up, dropping the belly, come to cow. And exhale round through cat, back to child's pose. And just do that a few more times. Notice how you move and where your preferences are. And where your body prefers the sensations. I'm just going to have to take the top layer off. It was a bit chilly in the shed this morning, but I'm a bit warm now. Oh, that's it. And we'll meet back in tabletop. And have a little go at puppy pose. So, keeping the knees under the hips. I don't want you to follow, stick too much to what things look like, but things like knees under the hips are definitely about protecting you, keeping you safe. And then walking the hands forwards and sinking the chest towards the mat. Now, if you need to just drop onto your forearms, that's fine. Find the point that's right for you. Allow the head to come down to the mat if you wish. Keep the arms outstretched if you wish, or drop the forearms down and the elbows down. Find the variation that feels good. Feel a stretch across the shoulders and across the belly. And maybe have a little wiggle, shaking your tail side to side here. Then if they're not dropped, drop your elbows so that you can walk your hands back and come back up to tabletop. Lovely. Okay. So from your tabletop, take your hands one full hand forwards. Tuck the toes. We're heading for downward dog, but we're going to hover the knees. Push the hips back. Hips and glutes towards the sky, and straighten your legs coming into your downward dog. Remember to push into your fingertips. Remember to keep your knees soft. And then just maybe pedal. And just notice how your back moves and how your hip moves, because in the downward dog that we're looking for a long spine, and sometimes when I straighten my legs I have to round my spine a bit. It won't stay long. So I'm not saying you have to correct it, I'm just saying you need to be noticing it. And then slowly walk your toes towards your hands, coming into a ragdoll. Knees bent or soft. And then I want you to sweep your arms up. We're going to come up into chair. Utkatasana, just to wake up those thighs. And in your chair, make sure you rock the weight back into the heels rather than the toes. And then release. We're just going to run through a one round of sun salutation C. So, coming to the top of the mat, or our version of it anyway, coming into your mountain pose, and to start with, again, just check your foot position and notice where your weight is. Your back is much better protected, your knees are much better protected if your weight is towards the heels, not the toes. And we have a terrible tendency to push it into the toes. So today, thinking about self-compassion and care, I want to draw your attention to that. So inhale and sweep the arms up and have a gentle back bend in your extended mountain. And on the next exhale, come down into a forward fold. And just pause in your forward fold. Maybe stretch one leg a little and then the other. Straighten slightly but not locked. Then step the right leg back and drop the right knee to the mat, sinking your hips, your choice with your toes, but we'll rise up into a low lunge. And just have a couple of breaths here. Feel your hips sinking. And take the hands back to the mat. Tuck the toes and send the left foot back to join the right, coming into plank. Drop the knees to the mat. Shift forwards and lower down to the mat. I'm going to pause here for a sphinx. So, taking your arms out in front of you, coming onto your elbows, elbows under shoulders, arms parallel. Checking maybe touching the opposite shoulder so you know where your arms are. And lifting through the chest. Feel that stretch across the back, across the front. Release the elbows out, hands under the shoulders, push back up through table, tuck the toes and come up into downward facing dog. And breathe. And move how your body would like you to move. On the next inhale, we're going to step the right foot forwards, all the way to the front, however it gets there, and drop the left knee. Reaching up into that low lunge on the opposite side. Sinking at the hips. Hands to the mat, tuck the toes and step that foot forward, back into your forward fold. And again, just notice where your weight is in your feet. Keep the knees soft and then inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up to our extended mountain. And release. And just pause. And notice how you feel. Have a little jiggle and a wiggle. Have a little shake. Shake your hands. Shake your arms. Shake your hands up. Add in a leg. Add in another leg. And come to rest. Feel that energy coming through your body. Okay. Coming undone on my microphone. So, we're come into Warrior 2. So left toes towards the short edge of the mat. Bring the right foot in. Hips are sort of forwards. Take the arms across the body. And then sweep them out, coming into your Warrior 2. And breathe. Notice different parts of your body. Start with your feet. Where are you resting the weight in each foot? Where is the tension in each leg? Are you able to allow that left hip to be open? Are you strong through your center, through your abdomen? What about your shoulders? Are they away from your ears? And breathe. And where do you feel your inner warrior? Where do you need a bit of help for your warrior? Maybe in your life. Okay, we're going to shift a little bit to the left. Straighten and turn into triangle. As far as you wish, as low as you wish. Notice the stretch. Notice where the sensations are strongest. Maybe take your gaze up. Notice your breath. And bend that left knee and come back up to Warrior 2. Oh, just drop your arms a little. Give them a little shake. and come back. We'll reverse it, so drop the right hand, turn the left palm, reverse that warrior. Notice, does the shoulder need to come back? Notice where the stretch is down the left side. Notice if your back leg's wobbly or your front. And come back. Warrior two. Turn. Interlace the fingers behind and lift through the chest and find your humble warrior. Notice here if it feels strong. And if it's too strong, pull back a bit. Then release your hands to the mat. Turn the feet and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Such a nice counter. Use blocks or bricks if you wish. But come onto your fingertips and inhale and lengthen to a flat spine. And exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. One more. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Now just bring the feet in a little. Keep the toes pointed out. Bend the knees, coming into your goddess, because I know you love it. Find the hand position you wish. Maybe pulse a little. Find the edge of your goddess. And release. Whoo. Let's do that on the other side. So setting up for our warrior legs first. Hands across the body. Just have that little hug. We're all a bit hug deficient at the moment. And sweep the arms out and find your warrior two. Again, notice the sensations. Where in your body? Start at the feet. Are you pushing into the outer edge of that back foot? Have you got too much weight in your toes? Where is it strong? We're going to shift a little right, straighten, and turn into triangle. And feel that in the inner thigh. Maybe take your gaze up. Notice if it feels different than it did on the other side. And notice your breath. And bend that right knee and push back. Warrior two. Going back to feeling that inner warrior. And where you've been using it in your life. Where your strength has been showing itself. Notice that. We're going to reverse, so drop the left hand, turn the right palm and reverse. And breathe. And again, does it feel different? And release and come back to warrior two. Don't crunch up your shoulders though, let that tension go. Turn, interlace, lift through the chest and find your humble warrior this side. Taking the arms as high as you wish. And then release the hands down to the mat, coming back in to that wide-legged forward fold. This time, take the right hand to the centre and we're going to reach the left hand to the sky in a little twist. Notice if there's a different stretch sensation in each thigh from that. And release. Leave the left hand at the centre and take the right hand up to the sky. Now you're going to love this. Just walk the feet in a little, not to hip width, point out the toes, and I think you've missed yogi squat. So, nice flat spine, stay low, bend the knees and drop the hips down into your yogi squat. Blankets under your heels if you need. Lift through the chest. And notice if your weight is in your heels. That's where you want it. And breathe. Notice if you're enjoying that sensation in your hips. Okay, we're going to move down to the mat through boat because we love it. So, we'll get boat ready. Lift the lower legs. Take the hands out beside. And you can straighten and go into low boat if you wish, but without going down to the mat. And you can come back into high boat. And have a go into low boat. And come back into high boat. And go down to low boat. Oh, and just bring your knees into your chest and have a little rock side to side. And then I invite you to grab a bolster or a cushion or something to put under your hips so that you can have your legs in the air. I'm going to sit up, but I want you to stay with your legs in the air. And try and tune into your breath. Notice if you can maybe extend the exhale. And then slowly as you're ready, allow your legs to come down, maybe pushing your cushion or bolster to under your knees. Maybe pulling a blanket on top of you, maybe pulling socks on, anything for your relaxation, your Shavasana. Find a position that's comfortable for you. You may choose to sit on the floor or a chair. You may choose to lie. But make sure you're comfortable and allow your body to sink into that place. Notice the sensations in your own body, feeling your feet, your legs, your hips, your lower and upper body, your arms, shoulders, neck and head. As you are ready, if it's right for you, soften or close your eyes and bring awareness to your breath. Notice the actual physical sensations of each breath as it comes in and each breath as it goes out. Let the breath be just as it is, without trying to change or regulate it. Allow it to flow easily and naturally with its own rhythm and pace. In that position, bring an image to your mind of the most magnificent, beautiful, wonderful mountain that you know or have seen or would like to imagine. Notice the image gradually come into a greater focus. Notice its overall shape, its lofty peaks high in the sky, its large base rooted into the bedrock of the earth, its steep or gently sloping the sides. Notice how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving and how beautiful. Perhaps your mountain has snow blanketing its top and trees reaching down to the base, or maybe rugged granite sides. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes, and there may be one peak or a series of peaks, or meadows and high lakes. Notice above the mountain as the sun travels across the sky, the light and shadows and colours changing constantly. The mountain is still, but its surface teems with life and activity. Streams, melting snow, waterfalls, plants and life. As the mountain sits in stillness, night follows day and day follows night. The bright, warming sun is followed by the cool night sky, studded with stars, and then the gradual dawning of a new day. Throughout all of this, the mountain sits, experiencing change in each moment, yet always being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another, and as the weather changes moment by moment and day by day. In summer, there is no snow on the mountain, except perhaps for the very peaks, or in crags shielded from direct sunlight. In the autumn, the mountain may wear a coat of brilliant fire colours. In winter, there may be a thick blanket of snow and ice. In any season, the mountain may find itself at times enshrouded in clouds or fog, or pelted by freezing rain. People come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is. None of this matters to the mountain, which remains at all times its essential self. Clouds may come and go, visitors may come and go, but the mountain's majestic, magnificent and beauty remain unchanged, whether it's seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, day or night. It simply sits, being itself. As spring comes, the trees burst with new leaves. Flowers bloom in the high meadows and slopes, and birds sing in the trees once again. Streams overflow with the waters of melting snow. Through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather or what's happening in the world around. It remains grounded and calm, We too have the strength and stability to be grounded and calm. Take your attention back to your own breath. Notice each inhale and exhale. You may wish to deepen your breath, bringing your awareness back to the day. You may wish to bring your awareness back to your body, to your fingers and toes, arms and legs, grounded, calm and ready for what the day ahead holds. Take your hands to the mat if you wish, and as you inhale, sweep them wide and overhead, bringing the palms together and down through heart center. Thank you for joining us today in this practice. Namaste.